What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie review. Today we watched 1998's Blade, and this one honestly not as bad as I remember. I don't know if I've ever seen these movies. I think maybe I've seen them, like bits and pieces of them, like on FX or cable one day when I was a kid. They are very old movies, so they've definitely been on TV for a while, but I finally got the DVDs and I bought the trilogy. And the guy gave me a good deal on it. You know, it says 20 bucks on the thing, but I think with everything we had together, he gave us like 30. It was like 30 bucks. This is 20. That's just 15. So that's 35 right there. And I got comic books, and I think he only charged us 30 bucks. So shout out to that guy at the comic book store. You're the man. I really love you. Every time I see that guy, he's always super nice to us, super cool. Comically Speaking over in Reading, go check that out. A comic book shop in Massachusetts if you're looking for one. They have DVDs, they have records. My mother likes to go in there and check out records, see if she's got Stevie Ray Vaughan. If you have a Stevie Ray Vaughan record, message me. I'll buy it off you or something because my mother really wants it. But enough of that. Blade 1 was a movie that was entertaining. I'm not necessarily a vampire guy. I'm much more of a werewolf guy, I think. Personally, Werewolf by Night I was much more interested in. You know, Dracula, things like that never really piqued my interest. You know, like Twilight and stuff like that. Like I was always a Jacob because he was a werewolf, and you know, maybe he's a dog, closer to like a dog. Maybe I was always a dog person. But regardless, I really like Blade. I really like the costume that Mr. Snipes was wearing. I think he pulled it off. You know, the all black with just the little red pinstripes, and you know, the black gun, black glasses. You know, he's at night wearing glasses. And I love, like, one of the first lines he has in the movie. The cop like shoots him in the chest, and he goes, "Motherfucker, you out of your mind?" And I'm like, whoa, this movie's rated R for sure. Right, there's some good violence in this, gore. If you're a vampire person, like if you really love vampire movies and content, I think you'd love these movies. But what this movie really made me excited for, because it was some parts that I was like, oh wow, that's 1998 CGI, which honestly isn't that fair, because 1999, a year later, Phantom Menace comes out and The Matrix comes out, and I'm pretty sure those movies had great CGI. Not the best, not like Avatar: The Way of Water, but still pretty good CGI. You know, so this movie I think just made some artistic choices that didn't hold up all these years later. But, you know, regardless, still a pretty entertaining movie. Not the best movie I've ever seen. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. You know, just middle of the road. You know, I think maybe even I'd give it a 5 out of 10. But I definitely wouldn't give it a 2.5 out of 5. I don't know maybe where that math adds up in my head. I'm not, maybe like a 5.5 out of 10. You know, not quite a 6 out of 10. But like a 3 out of 5. You know, middle of the road. Didn't hate it, didn't love it. You know, just, but a solid, entertaining movie to watch for the first time with fresh eyes. You know, a couple of parts that I was just like, what the hell's going on? But what this movie really made me excited for is to see the MCU's version with Mahershala Ali and Mahershala Ali, if I'm saying, I think I said that right. But he just looks kind of like, even just in this little fan art thing made, he looks just badass with the red glasses and just the knife. Like, yeah, like I really want to see him as Blade, and we should have gotten this Blade movie by now. So I'm at least happy that Mahershala went, yo, this script's garbage. I don't like the ideas where we're going. Let's sit down. Let's get a new writer, new director, whatever we gotta do, and let's make this movie really fucking great. Because there's people that grew up on Blade that really loved Wesley in it, and you know, it has to be better than that. It can't be worse. You know, it has to be better, and it has to also maybe give props to Wesley and give props to those old movies. You know, I'm pretty sure Ryan Reynolds is in Blade 3 trilogy or whatever it's called, Trinity. I've definitely not seen Blade 2 or 3. Even watching the first one, I was like, I've definitely not sat down and really watched this whole movie. There was a couple parts, like this one part here, where his face and he's like screaming and he's got like the little vampire fangs. And I just particularly remember seeing his eyeballs with these fangs. Like, there's one shot I remember from Blade, but maybe it's just the commercials for Blade or something. I don't know. But Comment below, what did you think of Blade? Was this a cult classic for you? Did you grow up on Blade? I was born in '99, so this was definitely not a movie I saw in theaters, or a movie I was really like jazzed about as a kid. You know, probably rated R. Probably wasn't a movie my parents were wanting me to watch for quite a while. But as an adult now, going back and doing my Marvel rewatch, I'm glad I did go back and watch this, because this is like the start. You know, '98's really the start of all these movies. 2000 X-Men, right? Like, it's a couple years later. And then Blade 2, I think, is 2002, and then the other one's 2005 or 4 or something like that. But regardless, just seeing where these things line up, I think I maybe even have to go back and watch like Howard the Duck from the 1980s. But I don't know if I have that in me. I really don't. Someone else the other day was saying, on my Punisher 2004 review, they were like, go back and watch the Dolph Lundgren one. I didn't even know Dolph Lundgren was the Punisher, but I googled Dolph Lundgren Punisher and it pops up, and I'm like, oh, this doesn't look very good. But it probably had to have been right after he did that Rocky movie, and we all know, what is that, Rocky 5? I mean, we can all picture fucking, if he dies, he dies. You know, like, very Russian. And as an older man in Creed 2, where Drago's son fights Creed, I actually like that movie. Better than Creed 3, in my opinion. And I honestly really like Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan. And Michael B. Jordan directed that movie, and, you know, it was a good movie. It's not a bad movie, but I think I like the first 2 Creeds better. You know, that's all I'm saying. Maybe one day we'll do a full Rocky rewatch. Comment below if anyone would be interested in something like that. You know, I'm going to be doing movie reviews and stuff like that on the channel until further fucking notice, because I'm definitely a movie guy, and I've really found some real love for this, and I like kind of giving myself tasks. It almost feels like homework, but like good homework. Homework that I'm not like, oh, my teacher's an asshole. I'm the teacher handing myself homework, right? I'm going, I want to do a Marvel rewatch. Here's what I got to do. Here's the movies, right? I made a list. I'm checking them off as I go. And, you know, I'm not strict. I'm not a bad teacher. I'm not, hey, you need to watch this now. I'm going to watch it when I get to it and make myself, you know, I'm going to do what makes me happy. But, like, all of a sudden one day I'm bored. I'm like, what should I do? I look down at my list and I'm like, I do need to watch Blade 1. And I pop it in the PS5, because that's the only DVD player I got. And hit play, and, you know, and you end up having a night. You end up having a night. It might not have been the night you imagined, but it's a night, you know. It's something you did, something you got through, and something you accomplished. And, you know, so once I get to the end of this Marvel rewatch, I'm going to be like, fuck, I'm at the end? God damn, I can't be at the end. And then I'll probably start another rewatch. But there's still movies that I think everyone has seen and everyone knows that I need to watch. You know, things like, I don't think I've ever actually sat down and watched beginning to end the movie Seven. I don't think I've ever watched the Godfather movies, which everyone says, you haven't watched the fucking Godfather movies? You gotta watch those. You know, so there's movies that I will be coming to the channel, and they're not necessarily all Marvel or Star Wars, because I also watch They Clone Tyrone, right? So I'm watching stuff that's new coming out, stuff that's older, stuff that's, you know, in the middle, you know, so I'm all over the place with my movies. So comment below if you have any movie recommendations. There's nothing too old, there's nothing too new, there's nothing too weird. I'm interested in all types of things, so comment below your movie recommendations, or at me them on Twitter, at BigCam YouTube, or you can send me them on Instagram, at ComicallyBoston. All my links down in the description below. Please follow me on Letterboxd, check out my reviews over there, link in the description below. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new, click that bell if you don't want to miss any future videos, and if you want to see my face again, I really appreciate it, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Peace.